fans, welcome to our December project update. Wanted to wish everybody a happy new year. Hope everybody had a great celebration. I know that we are now into 2020 and a lot to look forward to, right? We're hoping to complete this project by the end of this year. So stay tuned, keep in touch, and we'll just go ahead and get into our project update. So let's go through the agenda. Three things I want to talk about today are going to be the project update. Right, we're going to give you an in-depth look at where we're at, what we've completed in the month of December, and what we're looking to do in the month of January. Right. We're also going to talk about a little bit about the trailer. Not sure if you guys know, but we did post our unrendered trailer, so we'll talk about that, and we'll also talk about our 2020 calendar that I just received yesterday, as a matter of fact. So let's go ahead and get into it. Project update. So scene 8A was completed, minus anything that had to do with any human characters. So there are a couple of human characters in this scene. We're still working on that. We'll touch on that a little bit later down the road. But as far as everything else for that scene has been completed, 11 scene 11-9 is about 80% done. We should be finishing that up this month. 1C is still being worked on. It was the holidays. There was very little movement for us within this past month due to the holidays, right? Work, family, etc. So we're hoping to ramp up this month. Human characters are still ongoing. I haven't received an update from our lead animator who's rigging everything. So hopefully I'll have an update for you at the end of this month as far as the human characters, right? So we've got Agent Fowler, General Bryce, and then we've got some generic soldiers that are going to be used throughout the film. 16B is still ongoing as far as modeling out. We have this scene where the Autobots are thrown into a building, right? And they're in a room. So the room is being modeled out, and the destruction of that room is being worked on by one of our modelers, Andrew, who was modeling. I think he modeled 3 out of the 4 Destructicons. So that is still ongoing. And that's basically where we're at as far as the project. Now, some of the things that we're going to look towards doing this month is going to be, I'm still working on 14A. You can see it right behind me. That's kind of what I'm working on right there. I know I've promised you guys for the last like 2 or 3 months that I would get started, but I kind of started getting other scenes that were quicker done and so on and so forth. And I kind of hit like a little bit of a wall, creative wall, if you will, with this particular scene. But I took care of it. Actually, I took care of it this past week. It actually the revision of it came out pretty good, and now I'm just pushing forward. So hopefully, I'll have this done for you by the end of this month, and that'll be one huge scene that gets done, leaving 16 and 18 to get done, and those are some pretty big scenes as well. 18's the biggest. What I want to do is kind of chop that scene up the same way I did scene 11. Actually, excuse me, let me rephrase that. 18 is, it's either the biggest or the second biggest. I'm not sure. But scene 11 was so big I had to chop it up and break it up. So I'm thinking about doing the same thing with scene 18. As I was trying to do that a couple of months ago, I realized that I'm still missing a couple of lines. So I haven't been able to get back into the studio to record the lines that I need to. And I've already reached out to the voice talents to let them know, hey, I'm still missing some lines. So hopefully we can get those recorded in this coming month as well. Let's see. Let's go ahead and talk about our trailer. Our trailer, we released it. It was pretty exciting. We released it on the 24th on Christmas Eve. So far, it's gotten a bunch of good reviews. A lot of people were psyched for it. I'm still getting comments regarding the trailer. I don't know what to say about the trailer. It was done really nicely. It was put together by our graphic design / editor, Katie, and then obviously all the animators like myself and Neil and Jonathan and Vicky. We all contributed to different parts of animating those things, right? So we piled it all together, and that's what we gave you. Now, keep in mind, it is an unrendered version. There have been a couple of comments as far as, oh, there's no texture, needs more visual work, etc., etc. Guys, that was unrendered. It very clearly stated in the title, unrendered. It means it's not the final. The textures are on a different layer. Once you render everything out, you will see the textures, right? But we're not rendering it, so you're not going to see the textures. That's the whole point of rendering. Right? You see texture, you'll see glow, you'll see different things that you cannot see just off of a screen blast, right? Just want to reiterate that. Second thing I want to reiterate is, guys, this is all being done voluntarily. Some of you guys have asked, why can't we get the original voice actors? We are not a major studio. We are not funded. This is all being done on our spare time. I'll tell you what, I've been working on this since about 3 in the morning. I kind of woke up this morning. I couldn't go to sleep, so I got on here and I'm animating. So it's the same thing with the voice talents. Nobody's getting paid for this stuff. We're going based off of two things. One, people who actually auditioned, right? So I know there have been some, I guess criticism versus on Ratchet and Slipstream and well, Slipstream was my decision. I think for the type of character that I wanted to portray Slipstream, and you guys will see that once the movie comes out, Slipstream is perfect. Ratchet, again, it's our friend Neil who's animating, and we're gonna modulate his voice to make him sound older. He's young. He's in his, I think, early to mid 20s, if I'm not mistaken. So obviously he's young, but nobody else volunteered to voice Ratchet. So we've got to go with what we've got. And to be quite frank, he's doing a phenomenal job. Again, we are gonna voice modulate him to make him a little bit older. But at the end of the day, you guys got to keep in mind that this is all being done voluntarily. We're not a big studio. We don't have, oh my gosh, like, tens of thousands of dollars the way that Hasbro did and the company that they hired to do all this stuff. We're doing this in our rooms, in our garages, in our whatever, in our spare time, right? So just keep that in mind. This is all being done. It's a labor of love. So again, absolutely, critique it. Do it respectfully and be mindful, right? So that's that. Trailer, awesome. Check it out. If you haven't seen it, please check it out. I'm sure most of the people watching this have checked it out. Hit the like on it, right? The more likes we get, the better off it is. Just goes to show that it's being received well. Let's go ahead and talk about the calendar. It's right here. I just got it yesterday. As you can see, it's the same cover as the 2017, but only it has 2020 at the bottom of it. Same quality work as the first one. As you can see here, what we took were rendered images from our actual movie project, right? And as opposed to piecing together a bunch of different images. So as you can see here, we've got some good stuff that are coming directly from the scenes itself. And if you notice, there's texture here, right? This is what it looks like when it's rendered. You won't see this in our animation clips because it's unrendered. That's the point of it. What we want to do is we want to get this movie project to look rendered, right? That's the whole point of this. The calendar is really part of our GoFundMe campaign, right? Our GoFundMe is essentially what we're trying to do is collect donations in order for us to acquire equipment so that we can render this stuff out and not use our own laptops and whatnot. So as mentioned before, you'll get this calendar for $50. It's a donation, right? And this is basically our artwork that we're giving you, right? These are images of our artwork that we put together, that we modeled out, that we've rendered, obviously, and so on and so forth. So 50 will get you this. It doesn't have to be all in one shot. We can, do it in installments, if you will, or you do some here, some there. Just let me know, and we'll be in communication, right? We'll give you a 2017 version. I still have some of those left while supplies last, right? So you'll get both of them, and then, like I said before, you'll get a special thank you. Your name will be put into our special thank you section of our credits once the movie is done and completed. So it'll go to show that your contribution helped to make the project realization, right? It'll help to show that you contributed, that you were a part of this project. And, it's just something cool to have, in my opinion. So that's the calendar. Go ahead and got plenty of these, so feel free to reach out to me again if you need to split up the payments or whatever the case may be. Absolutely, we'll work on that. That's it for the calendar. What's next? So, like I mentioned before, finishing up 14A now. We're gonna finish up 1C. We're gonna finish up 11.9 hopefully this month. Those three things will be completed. Once those are done, I really need to take a look at what's remaining. I know that, like I said, scene 16, scene 18 are still pending. I don't know if we can. I know we can start on 16 for sure. I don't know if we can start on 18 because there's some destruction that's going on within that scene that is going to be is going to need to be there for scene 18. What I don't want to do is move things around to the point where it's like, wait a minute, that wasn't there, or that was there and it's no longer there. Have those little mistakes, but I'll play around with it, see what's next. Obviously, we need scene 9 is still remaining, and it involves General Bryce. So there's a couple of things that are still pending. We got plenty to animate, so we'll keep on pushing through. We'll put up a new animation clip for you next week, and you'll be able to see that through our channel. And then our goal, as mentioned earlier on, is to finish this project by the end of this year. I don't want to go past 2020. If something should happen where I feel like it's not going to get done by 2020, then what I may do more than likely is release them scene by scene. So we'd release scene 1 at some point, right? And then scene 2 and scene 3, etc., until obviously we finish the entire thing. Last thing, I don't want to prolong this. It's been, since 2014. I promised you guys 2017 we would release. We decided to change software, and now we're at 2020. So this has taken, a lot longer than what I wanted to. We could have finished this by 2017, 2018, the latest, had I not made the decision to switch software. But I do think that based on Jonathan's knowledge of rendering in Blender, I think that we're going to get a better quality film, and I think you guys are going to enjoy it a lot more than if I had, done it in Softimage with my limited knowledge on rendering and lighting and so on and so forth. So I made that decision for you guys so that you guys would enjoy it a little bit more. And basically that's our update for December. We will continue to plug away. We'll give you another update either at the very end of January or within the first week of February to talk about January's progress. Keep in mind, spread the word. Help us out spreading our trailer. A lot of people still don't know about it. I'm getting comments where, oh my gosh, I didn't know this was going on. I just came across this. So please share it on your Facebook pages. Share it on your social media. Any Transformer forums that are out there. Share it with them. And help us to achieve our goal. One more thing that I did want to mention is that I think someone had mentioned, I think someone on my team had mentioned that there's going to be a Transformer convention happening in Orlando this year, March or May or something like that. So I'm thinking about attending that. It would be my first convention, and it would be really cool. I think it's TFCon or something like that. But I'm looking forward to that. And if anybody's out there and recognizes me, please feel free to stop by and chat with me on the project or the future project, right? Because we've got our sequels pending. So I'll give you guys more information on whether if I'm going or not within the next couple of months. But definitely, I definitely want to go. I haven't been to a Transformer convention, and I think it would be really cool. So until next time, guys, thank you so much. Have a great year. Good vibes in 2020, and I'll talk to you guys again soon.